Grand Rising, Mark. Rise and prosper. Rise and prosper. I'm going to start implementing rise and prosper because I say that on some of my other platforms, and I'd rather say that rise and prosper. Grand Rising, I'm following. Grand Rising. Listen, I feel great. I feel great. Listen, you guys hold on really tight. I'm going to go get the book and I'm going to go make a quick cup of coffee and I'll be right back. All right? Grand Rising. I hope you all are doing well. Enjoy the music until I come back. You know what? Why don't I do this actually? I'm going to pick you guys up and take you with me while I go to make my. How about that? Yes, so you'll experience some darkness and some light. How are y'all doing today? How are you doing this morning, this beautiful morning? And how was your rest on last night? Let's see, what coffee cup am I going to pull out today? Awesome. So you're already at work, of course. And are you still in the bed? I know it's early where you are, M. Flame. Are you still in the bed? Mm, I guess I represent my home. Represent Houston this morning with my H-Town cup. H-Town. I'm going to make a little, I'm going to do it up this morning. You're just getting up? I know it is really cold. That's why I don't plan on really going anywhere today unless I. The only way I go somewhere today is if I find out there's cat food on sale. All right, so you all are about to watch me make my coffee. This is not just any coffee, by the way. This is not just any coffee. This is what I call caramel coffee. It's my own version of caramel coffee. Like Starbucks has their version. Gonna start off actually put in my coconut oil first. And I put coconut oil in my coffee because coffee dehydrates you. And so I put coconut oil in my coffee to help keep me moisturized from the inside out as I enjoy my coffee. And it also keeps my lips moisturized too. So, good morning, Grand Rising, Rise and Prosper. I am your girl, Raining Woman. To all of my new honey bunnies, honey bunnies is what I call the people that have supported my channel. You're my honey bunnies. So, Welcome to all of my new honey bunnies. And we're going to get ready to get into day 4 of staying up in a down world. Of course, we'll do that after I prepare my coffee. Don't play. And we're reading from the book Stand Up in a Down World by Zig Ziglar. A little bit of cream for my coffee. Regular cream, creamer. I'm out of honey, so I'm using regular sugar. I don't use regular sugar often, but I'm out of my honey right now. This is going to be a sweet delight anyway. Move this box out of the way. I'm not cooking anything. I'm going to have a breakfast shake. I'm going to make a smoothie after I'm done having my coffee. I'm not cooking anything. There will not be anything hot today. You're welcome for your reminder. So, before we get into that, so let me tell you about my day yesterday. I'm actually just beginning to feel a little energized. Yesterday seemed to get a little bit long and a little bit exhausting mentally because I was thinking about the government shutdown and how that's affecting people and and things like that. Biotin also in my coffee this morning. And so I stayed up kind of late last night trying to put some things together, put some ideas together, and kind of let my mind just flow into what was happening. Yeah, Trump is something else. He is something else. And I also did some writing, made a couple of phone calls to some of my mother's friends, checking on the elders. But I was able to come to a resolve. Thank goodness. I like when that happens. Sometimes it just takes some silence and everything. Shalom. Rise and prosper. DS1, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And what I have concluded in all of this, and not even, and this doesn't just apply to what's happening with the government shutdown, but what I have concluded is to not focus on what you can't do and not focus on the problem, but focus on a solution. And the solution for myself might be something completely different from someone else, right? But when you continue to focus on and keep the conversation going of everything that's going wrong, you stay in the complaining, right? And I'm not a fan of complaining. I don't like to be around people that constantly complain. I don't like to be around people that's always talking about the problem as if we don't already know what the problem is. So, yeah. So the first thing I concluded in my processing of all of that is personally, okay, I just knocked over the trash. That's very nice. It's going to be nice to pick up. Is that I am not directly affected. However, to be supportive of those who are and to try to work through a solution if anyone comes my way that are affected directly, right? I do think that it has an impact on everyone in some kind of way. And some of us, we may not even realize the impact or the effect until later on, or until it hits closer to home through someone else. So not to worry, not stress, but focus on the solution. And what you can do now is, I do think it's very important. I might as well do this here. I do think it's very important that people take this as an indicator, another indicator of how important it is to become self sufficient in as much as possible, and to really start pulling your resources together, really start getting together with people, and find out what kind of resources they have, and just pulling together as a team. And I believe that you're not going to be able to see what you have as long as you're focusing on what it is that you don't have. So, one of the things that I would like to do this morning is I would like for us, and I'm so glad that we're doing the gratitude as well, is I'd like for us to take something, identify something that we have and that's working for us so that we can focus on that in the midst of all of the conversations that's going on that's showing what we don't have. Does that make sense? Exactly. Unity with real people. Mm. Thank you, Father, for the coffee. Thank you, Father, for the moment. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to get into stand up in a down world. Giving honor to my parents and giving glory to the Most High for this moment and this opportunity. I'm going to go ahead and get into it. So we're on day 4. And day 4 is Don't Be a Puritan Basher. This ought to be interesting. And the story goes, I have long been amused and amazed, but more often puzzled and even irritated at some of the comments made concerning the Puritans who settled in New England. Several years ago, I read the books I've read in my adult life, The Light and the Glory by David Manuel and Peter Marshall. It really is the true history of America. The authors went to the libraries at Yale and Harvard Universities and read hundreds of original sermons that in those days were meticulously handwritten. Based on their research, these men painted an entirely different picture of the Puritans. They were far more fun-loving than they've been accused of being, but they insisted that the pleasures of the flesh be subordinated for and to the greater glory of God. They were not ascetics, and they never even hinted that they wanted to deny or prevent the enjoyment of earthly pleasures. Those people practiced the golden rule and shared anything they had with those who were less fortunate than they. They gave out of the very little they had, not out of an abundance. I can see a lesson in that already. Broadly Saints by Wheaton College's Leland Regan notes that Puritanism was a youthful, highly educated movement. The Puritans revived Cambridge University and founded Harvard only 6 years after founding the Massachusetts Bay Colony. An article in the Wall Street Journal on March 4, 1998, stated that the Puritans consistently extolled sex within marriage. William Gage was typical in calling sex one of the most proper and essential acts of marriage, to be enjoyed with goodwill and delight, willingly, readily, and cheerfully. One congregation even excommunicated a man for sexually neglecting his wife. Wow. The conclusion I reached is this: if we all followed more of the Puritans' examples, we would have happier marriages and even more to smile about and be grateful for. The scripture from that is, my God given wisdom gives me a long, good life, riches, honor, pleasure, peace, and living energy. From Proverbs 3, verses 16 through 18. And the insert says, people do not reject the Bible because it contradicts itself. They reject it because it contradicts them. And that is from Anon. So, a quick, what do you guys think about that? What do you think about the part where they said, what do you think about practicing the golden rule of sharing anything that they had or that you have with those who are less fortunate than you are, rather than waiting to give out of an abundance? Marv, I love what you just said. Wonderful. Okay, so Marv said if we are focused on what we don't have, we should be striving to achieve it if necessary. If necessary, while being blessed what we do have. Exactly. Exactly. So let's talk about the giving out of what you out of to those who are less fortunate from what you have, even if what you have is not in what is considered to be an abundance. I hear some people say that when they make so much money or when they get X amount of income, they're going to give to such and such charity, or they're going to do more for their family, and things like that. Or they're going to celebrate life on a whole bigger level, things like that, right? But what if, what if someone needed, good morning, Grand Rising. What if you know someone was in need of, say, like $100, and maybe you don't have $100, or maybe you don't have $100 to just, that you feel free with just letting go of, right? But if you could give 10, or if you could give one, or if you could give five, or if you could just give a quarter, what if you did that instead of saying, well, nah, dog, I ain't got it. I'm not going to be able to help you. Wish I could help you, dog, but I ain't got it. Just saying. And, what if, say, what if you want to have someone over for company, right? A friend or something. And you knew that part of the entertainment or whatever should include some food of some sort. And maybe you don't want to go out and buy like a whole spread, or you don't want to cook a whole spread because you don't want to cook up everything that you have, and then they leave, and then you're like, okay, well, now I only have this. But what if you took something and you made a little something that could go a long way, that could still be appreciated, right? Let me see if I could give an example of that. Because I usually just go all out, but instead of going all out. Okay, give me a second. Instead of going all out, that's interesting. Hmm. I may have brought something on to myself. Mm, Okay, 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 okay. Maybe instead of, if they like meat and stuff like that, maybe instead of making chicken and mac and cheese and a whole salad spread and vegetables, maybe instead of doing all of that, maybe if I just made like some tuna sandwiches, some fancy tuna sandwiches, and A salad. Yeah, maybe if I just did that. Oh, by the way, thank you all for tuning in. Um, that's true. The Most High helps those who helps themselves. That's true. Let me see. Let me see. There has definitely been some of that going on. I see what you're saying, Roger. Spice. Look, I can't have everyone, but I can. Okay, it's impact. Ha! I like that. Last year you was the yin, now it's the yang. Exactly, exactly. So definitely, I didn't know if I was to help everybody, I'd probably have to be on here with well, probably I wouldn't even be able to be on here because I probably have to give away the computer, probably because people ask a lot. Yeah. And even a dollar adds up. Like if you gave everybody in your network or all of your friends, all family $1 a day, like that adds up. Like if everybody asks for $1, and sometimes people do, in my experience, sometimes people hit me up in multiples, like one person might ask for 50, another person might ask for like 100, another person might ask like 10, 30, and you're like, okay, wait a minute, hold up, whoa. but but yeah, but I guess basically what we can say is just not leaving someone out if you don't have to, not waiting for your circumstances to get all the way better or the way that you think that they should be for you to help, for you to be of assistance to someone or just give, right? And I'm naturally a giver. Like I love to give. I love to give. So had to grab some of my folks and tell them you're going broke, helping too much and they won't do it down because you will come through with right. Exactly. So, um, Roger, I'm glad that you're here too because I actually thought about you this morning and your I don't want to just put everything out there, but what you shared yesterday in the stream about your meal. And so what I want to say to you is I really want you to focus a lot of your energy on what you have the pleasure of experiencing right now and fully be in those moments and don't allow yourself to get caught up in the conversations online and offline about what other people don't have because a lot of times we can get caught up in others complaining and others talking points that we actually miss something and what it is that we have. So, Roger, I would like to encourage you to stay, to put a lot of your energy in a positive direction, inwardly as well as outwardly, if that makes any sense. Let's see. Okay, I dropped a penny yesterday. Got get back in my pocket, bro. Ain't discontinuing it. You dropped a penny. Talking about cents, are you? Mm. So that is it for the Zig Ziglar Stand Up in a Down World. Once again, we're on day 4. And how long have we been here? Oh my gosh, really? Like 30 minutes? I'm really trying to keep this stream short so that people can come by. You're very welcome. So that people can come back and listen to the replay for the inspiration and not be too consumed. I do plan on coming back a little bit later throughout the day. I've been intending to do so the last couple of days, but I've gotten caught up. So what I might do is I might come back and just leave the computer running and just kind of talk about a few things while I'm being productive around the house And while I am getting to some of my routine, we will see how that works. But if not, hey, I gotta do what I gotta do, right? We gotta do what we gotta do. Thank you all for joining me this morning. Stay up in a down world. Stay focused on the positive things. Do not get drugged down by the mishaps and by the negative conversations. Speak your peace. Remain peaceful. Give out what it is that you want to receive. And I send out to you this morning. You are beautiful. You are handsome. You are loved. You are more than enough. And you are powerful beyond your wildest imagination. Everything that you need is either inside of you or around you. So I send you out with positive energy. Have a wonderful and marvelous day. God bless. Mwah. Might always know. And remember, rise and prosper.